Good morning, students. Myself Muhammad Jamil. In the last class, we have discussed about the projection of straight line 1. In that, we have completed the 4 conditions. Now, in today's class, the 5th condition, that is nothing but projection of straight line 2, which is in sheet number 10. We are going to start that. So, for that, we have to see that in this projection of straight lines 2, we have a condition, and the condition is the line is inclined to both the reference plane. So, in this we can see that the line is inclined to both the reference plane. No. See here, in this we have a line and it's inclined both the reference plane. Both the reference plane is nothing but HP and VP, that is nothing but horizontal projection and vertical projection. HP is also known as horizontal plane and VP is also known as vertical plane. So, in this we have to solve that problem. So, what is that? We will see that first. Now, in this we have a problem like this. A 80 mm long line BC. What is the given data here? Length of the line is there. $80 mm long line is there. There is nothing but BC. Its end is end B, 20 mm above the HP and 30 mm in front of the VP. This is nothing but here is given the end point position. The end B he has given. Now, what is given? The line is inclined at 45 degree to the HP and 30 degree to the VP. Here, first thing, 45 degree to the HP. First condition is given, that is, in the first condition is given the line is inclined to horizontal plane. And the second condition, it is given that the same line is inclined at 30 degree to the VP. Now, after that we have to draw its projection. So, we have to draw a single line. As per the condition, it is inclined to both the reference plane. So, first we will draw the projection for the first condition, that is line BC is 20 mm above the HP and 45 degree inclined to HP. Suppose this is the reference plane X, Y. The point of the line end B 20 mm above the HP. Suppose this is the point which is B, it is 20 mm above the HP, 20 mm above the HP. Now, as we know that it is 20 mm above the HP means we have to put a complement here. Now, after that, at the same time it is 45 degree inclined to HP. So, here whatever the angle which is inclined to HP, so the inclination 45 degree comes in VP only because it is inclined to HP. When we view from the front view, whatever the theta is there, the theta is appearing on the VP only. The theta is nothing but here inclination is given to HP, horizontal plane, but it is appearing on the vertical plane. So, because of that, whatever the theta is given on the HP, that we will draw in the front view only. So, here we will draw a line. Okay. From this, we have to draw the line by making an angle of 45 degree, and what is the length of the line? 80 mm. So, from B, I am drawing a line, inclined line, by making an angle theta is equal to 45 degree. This is the first condition. Now, this is my B and here this is my, I am writing here Q1 complement. Why I am writing here Q1 complement means, in this we have to represent a single line which is inclined to both the reference plane. So, because of that, when we view the line, the whatever the true length is there, that is here, but in inclination we cannot see the exact line. So, because of that I am putting a cube complement. So, this is our first condition. So, whatever the true length is there, that is from here to here, this is 80 mm. Now, the second condition is given here. The end of the point B is 30 mm in front of the VP. So, in the same way, what I am writing here, from the reference line, I will draw a point here. This is my point B, which is 30 mm in front of the VP. Here I will write 30 mm. Now, after that, it is making an angle of 30 degree. Here already we have, this is the 30 degree. So, it is making an angle of 30 degree to the VP. So, whenever the theta here we will take it as a phi. So, theta phi is equal to VP. So, whatever the inclination is given to the vertical plane, if we view from the top, it is appearing on the HP. So, because of that, we are differentiating. Theta means horizontal projection, we will get the inclination on the horizontal projection, and phi means we will get the projection if we view from the top, that is on the HP. So, whatever the inclination is given on the HP, we will represent it with the phi, and it is on the VP. So, again we have to draw a line like this. From this, if we view from the top, it is making an angle of 30 degree. So, we are drawing again by making an angle of 30 degree. This is the 30 degree and this is my Q1. Why I am writing a Q1 and here Q complement? It is representing on the VP. So, it is the front view. So, I am putting a complement here. But when I am viewing from the top, so because of that I am not putting any complement here. So, after that what I have to do? I have to draw another reference line from the point this one. So, from here to here I have to draw one more line. From here to here again I will draw one more line. So, after that what I will do means, whatever this point Q complement is there, from that I will draw a straight line up to here. This becomes my Q1. Sorry, this becomes my Q1. Because it is when we are projecting the point Q complement from the front view to the horizontal projection, we are removing the complement. Now, after that, from this point, what we will do means, we will take the compass, in manual drawing, and we will draw the arc. We will take B as a center and this Q1 as the radius, and we will draw the arc. Now, this is for manual. If we are doing this in AutoCAD, what we have to do? We have to take the circle command. And we have to take the center as a B and radius as a Q1. So, after that, when you see that, we will get a circle. But in that circle, we required only this part. Rest of the things we have to trim that one. So, this is my C. And I have to join this length, I have to join this line like this from here to here. So, this is my true length of the object when we are viewing from the top. So, the line is inclined and I am getting this much of length. I can view this much of length of that actual length is our 80 mm, but when we are viewing from the top, due to its inclination, it is appearing this much only. So, after that, from this point, if you view from this point, now again we have to do the same thing. Simply we have to draw in, we have to extend this line. Now from Q1, after in that Q1 and this Q, suppose here we can change to Q2. So from here to here, I have to draw a projection line. So here I have to write, this is my Q2 complement, because it is appearing on the, previously it was appearing on the HP. Now we are projecting the Q2 complement from HP to VP. So because of that, what we are doing, we are changing the text from Q2 to Q2 complement. Now what we have done here, the same thing we have to do here. We have to take the radius. With the help of the circle command, we have to use circle. We have to take B complement as a radius and Q complement as a radius. Center to radius, we have to draw the circle, and we draw the circle, we will get up to here. Suppose in this way. Okay. So this is my point C complement. So after that, I have to join this line. Okay, I will change the color of this one to this one. From C complement to B complement. So when a line is inclined to both the reference plane, if you view from the front view, when it is inclined at 45 degree to the HP, it is appearing like this. Whatever the red part is there, B complement, C complement is appearing from the front view. And when we view from the top, whatever BC is there, that we are able to view from the top due to its inclination to the VP. So this is the problem which we have to draw in AutoCAD now. So here, whatever the values are there, we know that. So we will draw this diagram in AutoCAD now. So see here, see whatever the diagram we have drawn, that we are seeing here. Now simply what I will do, I will draw this in AutoCAD. So in AutoCAD, the very first thing we have to do is that we have to set the UCS icon, UCS ICON, enter, and enter. After that, units, enter, decimal to 0.0 millimeters only. Okay. Now after that, we have to draw a line. Here ortho is in off mode, we have to on this ortho. Now after that, I am giving 100 mm. So here this much is the 100 mm. So because we have used the scale in mm, that unit in mm, so because of that we are seeing here. So now from this is our reference line. Now I will change the bilayer to yellow. I will draw the line, the end of the line B is 20 mm above the HP. So whenever we are giving the dimension, it is important to specify the direction of the crosshair. So I am giving the value 20 mm above the reference line. So because of that, my cursor is also above. So it's showing the direction also where we are giving the dimension. So I am giving on the reference line, above the reference line, because of that this one I am taking. So this is 20 mm above the HP. Again I have to take 30 mm in front of the VP. Now this one is over. So this is my projection line of a point B. Now from this, I will change the color to green, L, enter. Now I have to draw the line by using the bilayer, L, enter. Now this line is the line BC we are drawing, that is B complement, C complement. It is making an angle of 45 degree to the HP. So that is nothing but theta. So we are writing the theta and we are drawing the line here. The length of the line is 80. Now 80 is the length of the line. Now if I want to change it degree, so if you see here 90 degrees here, specify the next point. Before that you can see in a blue color, white color is given 90 degree. So it's showing us the angle. Now we have to change that angle to 90 to 45 because it is given in the question. So I am changing it to 80 mm is the length, tab, after that 45 degree we have to give. So, see here, if I am giving that, I am getting this line and the length of this line is, if I see linear, I won't get the correct dimension. Because of that I have to go for aligned dimension, because it is not a straight one. So, because of that what I am doing, I am taking the aligned dimension. So, here if you see that I am getting a 80 mm. So, this is the one thing. Now, at the same time I have to draw another line, L enter. Here also I have to show the dimensions of that line, and here the angle is 30 degree. So, again I have to go for line command. Before that I will change the color here, bilayer to white, L enter. From the end point here, what I have to do? I have to take 80 mm, because it is the true length of the line. Now, how much angle it is making here? 90 is given, so I will go for 30 degree. 80 tab 30. Now, here if you see, this is the true length of the line. Due to that inclination, it is appearing like this. So, what I have to do? Now, I am going to measure the dimension also. So, here angular dimension is there, you can select from the dimension menu angular. Now, if you want to measure that, first of all you have to click on this line, after that you have to click on this one, and after that you can move the crosshair. By this you can get the angle, you can measure the angle in this way. In the same way, if you use the tab enter key, whatever the previous command we are using, for example, what is the previous command? I have used the dimension, angular dimension. For that, again if I press the tab, what I am getting here? Dimension, which one? Angular, DIM angular, means angular dimension I am measuring. So, I have to click first here, second I have to click on this line. Now, it is showing me the angular distance. You see here 45 is given. Now, after that I have to measure this angular dimension also, aligned dimension, this one, from this point to this point. So, this one is also 80. Now, after that I have to draw linear lines from this point, L enter. From this point I have to draw this line, because I have to show the inclined lines, a line which is inclined to both the reference plane. So, as I told you, I have to draw a line from the point, L enter, from this was my Q1, from there to up to here I have to use. So, here the line I am drawing up to here. So, because this line length is little bit small, so what I can do, I can extend this line. So, for that the command is EX double enter. I have to click this line, it is extending. So, after that this is the extra part of that line, I want to delete this. So, if I delete, the whole line is deleting. So, because of that what I will do, I will not use the delete command, I will go for trim command, TR double enter. After that click on the extension part, it will be trim. So, here it is trim. Now, what I have to do after that, I have to use the circle command, C enter. Now, this B as the center and Q1 as the radius, I have to click here. So, you can see that the circle is appearing here. What I have to do, I required only this much. I need only from here to here, this point. Rest of the circle have to trim, TR double enter. I will trim this one. So, if you see only the R, whatever the required arc is there, I am getting this one. So, from here to here I got that one. So, when a line is inclined to both the reference planes, so whatever the line is inclined to HP, from here to here it is. Okay. This is the appearing length of the line from the top view. Now, the same thing I have to do by changing the bilayer. What I will do, again I will use the line command. From this point I will draw a line up to here. Now, I have to extend this line, L enter, okay, leave it, EX double enter. You can see that it is extended. So, up to here I required. So, this is the extra line, extended extra line. So, I have to trim this one. For that, TR double enter, trim this one. Now, next we have to use the circle command, C enter. From this point, this is our B complement to Q1 complement, Q2 complement. So, I am getting the radius up to here. After that, what I have to use? I have to use trim command, tr double enter. This is the unwanted circle, unwanted this, I am trimming this one. If I use the delete command, the whole arc will be, the circle will be deleted. So, because of that, I do not want to delete the complete circle, I need this arc. Because of that, I will trim the rest of except this one. So, here I got this one. Now, finally, I will change the bilayer to white again, L enter, from here to here. So, this is my front view. So, whenever I line which is inclined to both the reference plane, first I am getting this one from the front view, and from the top I am getting this one. So, this is the true length, 80 mm is the true length of the line when it is inclined to both the reference plane. Now, I have to give the text. For that, T enter. In the last class, I have not shown you this text, simply have written with the pen. So, now I am going to show you how to give the text in this. For that, we require a T enter, and here we have to give the dimension 6. We can use the font style, I will take it technical bold. Now, here we can see that I will change little bit more, instead of 6 I can go for 8. If I click here, okay. So, this is my X, okay. I will click outside this one, I have got this one. Now, what I will do, simply I will copy this one, I will off the ortho. So, wherever I required, I will just simply click on that sign. So, wherever the text I have to give, I will just simply click there. So, all this text we have to edit. Now, ed enter. This is our X only, this is our Y reference line, X Y. Now, next this is our B, this is our B complement. Now, due to the true length of this one is this one. So, here what I am writing, the true length, because actually I am getting this one line, but in the true length whatever is there I am showing this one here. But when due to the projection, what the length I am getting, only this much length I can able to view. So, here this is my Q, so here I am not able to get the upper limit, Q1 complement. This is my Q1 complement. So, this is my Q1, Q1. Why I am writing here means, if you see this one, the Q1 is here is also there, complement is there, and the line I am projecting to the another inclination line. So, here I am putting this as a Q1. So, this one is actually C. Now, this one is our Q2. Now, this one is projecting up to here. So, here I have to give the text. So, what I will do, I will copy CO enter. I will simply what I will do, I will copy this one here and I will put this one here. This is my, after that edit ed enter Q2 complement. Okay. Now, whatever the Q2 complement is the, due to this, when we draw the arc, it is coming up to this one. So, this is my C complement. So, by this we have completed the drawing, we have given the text, only the thing is we have to give few more dimensions, linear dimensions. So, from here to here, which is 20 mm above the HP, and if I press the enter, again the previous command is running. So, this 30 mm in front of the VP, inclination also given, true length also given. Now, only the one thing is left out, that I have to draw, there is nothing but the projector. I will draw with the L1, L enter, from here to here ortho on, it should be a straight line. So by this we have completed our diagram. I will decorate this one with a rectangle, REC enter. So here I will write the topic. What is that? My projection of straight lines to ortho projection of straight line to. This is the topic. I will move this one little bit up. Yes, if you see here, we are getting the projection of straight line to. This is our topic, sheet number 10. So by this we have completed this one. So in this, whatever the commands we have used, in this I will show you. If you see whatever the commands we have used in this, that is the line and bilayers. Due to this bilayers, we have changed the color of the line. F12 is the dynamic mode. What is the function of this dynamic mode means? If you see in the AutoCAD, whatever the command we are, whenever we are using the command, it is showing the blue color. If I use, suppose here L enter, if I am clicking here, so you can see this, his guiding is showing the dimension. So when it is showing the coordinates, when it will show due to its dynamic limit, dyn is the dynamic limits. So when it is in on mode, we can get this one. We can able to see that whatever the values we are giving, whatever the commands we are using, we can see on the screen, or else that everything will be appear on the command prompt. So the next command here we are using circle. As you know that circle is we are using to draw that particular arc. Trim, whatever the extension line is there, that we are removing here with the help of. If you use the delete command, the whole line will be deleted or the whole circle will be deleted. So if you want to delete, then the whole answer will get wrong or it will take more time. So we cannot go for that. So what we are doing, whatever the extension lines are there or extra lines are there, that we are trimming that one. So the shortcut command for that is TR, and we have to press double time enter. And to give the text, we know that T is the shortcut command for text, and we are copying that. After that we are editing that one. The shortcut command for edit is ED. And finally, if we want to extend the line, generally in this topic we have used the extension command where to represent the angles here, this one to represent this green color line. So this line we have drawn, how? We have drawn with the help of the extend command. So here if you see, it is a continuous one, we have extended that one, there is no break. If you see the line, there will be no break in that one, it is the extended one, means a single line is there. Now finally we are going for the next. So this is the problem number 2. This problem number 2, you have to solve this, you have to draw this diagram and the previous one, and you have to post this in the, you have to you have to draw the diagram, you have to convert the diagram to the PDF, and you have to post in the attendance. So this is for your guys, use your sake. So by this we have completed our sheet number 10. Okay. In the next class we are going to start projection of planes. Thank you.